Hi, I wanted to spend some time talking to you about your annotated bibliographies, which is the next assignment that's due, and so that you could work on it this weekend. So I wanted to first show you where you can see information about it. If you go to assignments, I'm going to click on here, and you scroll down to annotated bibliography, you will see both the sample, which is linked, and then you will also see the 4 steps that go into each one, and then some reminders. So the goal of an annotated bibliography is for you to really spend time thinking about summarizing and evaluating your sources. You only have to do this for 5 sources total. 2 of those sources should be a peer-reviewed journal from the website that I'm going to show you from Academic Search Premier. And then what you want to do is, the reason you want to do it is that if you have so many sources, let's say once you get beyond 3 or 4 and you get to 5, 6, 7, 8, you stop being able to remember all the details and the content that's important. So it's really important that you write a concise summary, evaluation, and application of how you're going to use the source. So how you potentially. Now this may change, and after you turn in your 5 sources with the annotated as an annotated bibliography, if those sources change for your final draft, it's totally fine. You don't have to resubmit it again, but it has to be accurate. So whatever ends up in your works cited page needs to be in your paper. Okay. So first, let's look down at the one sample entry here. So the entry includes basically 4 kind of points. It has the citation here, which is the full citation in MLA format. And again, this could be single space because it's just to save room. You don't have to worry about double spacing it if you don't want. The next is the summary of the article. You'll see here this person wrote, this article discusses how the shooting of Trayvon Martin further contributed to the discussion of racial profiling. You kind of says a little bit more about the stand your ground law. You see here where it says this information is valid. So what you want to do is the validity or the evaluation. Why is this source credible? It could be credible for different reasons. So it could be it's recent, it could be the author is a really well-known person, an expert of some sort. It could be it has a lot of good statistical information. There's a lot of reasons it could be valid. And then once you have the validity, then you need at least one sentence like this person does at the end to say, how are you going to use this source? This person writes, this will help me prove that racial profiling laws such as stand your ground can have devastating consequences for real people. Okay, and so that is kind of what you want to do for each of your citations. This one's a little bit short. You typically, it ends up single space being about half a page total. And so you want 5 of these: citation, summary, evaluation, and application for 5 sources, and that's your annotated bibliography homework. If you want to see a sample, another full sample, you can click on here, and oh, it comes up on here for me. I'll just pull it up on this side. And you can see here it's single spaced. It has a couple of these listed. Again, it could be for websites, magazine articles and such, but 2 of them need to be peer reviewed. So next I will look at the peer review piece for you. Okay, so let's put this back and let's put this back. And then if you go to library resources and click on that, I'm showing you now how to find the peer reviewed journals, and click on A to Z database list. And then you scroll down. This puts you into the Foothill Library system automatically. And if you click down to Academic Search Premier, and then you want to hit Advanced Search, and you want to put in scholarly peer-reviewed journals. You don't have to do that, but it will narrow it to that one. If you want to look on here for magazine and newspaper articles as well, you can, but it will include things like New York Times, Time Magazine, and other such ones if you don't click on this. So if you're limiting your results to scholarly peer-reviewed journals, you click on there. You want to make sure this is listed full text, because that means we have the whole citation, or the whole essay, not or article, not just a summary. And then you put in your topic. And I suggest doing it like this, where you can use the Boolean search key like this, the and you put it in these two. You can change this to a or not if you are getting too many hits, and you can narrow it that way too. Then you hit search, and you'll notice there's a bunch of articles here, not a whole lot, but there's 9, and they are all academic journals. So if you like the looks at some of these, you can click on the PDF, and you can then over here put it in a folder if you want to look at it later on here, or you could email it to yourself. You could send it to Google Drive, or you can print it. The other really nice feature here that's going to save you some time is if you go to the citation tool and you click on it and you scroll down to MLA, here is the citation. And so you can just cut and paste into your document for the works cited page and not have to retype it all, which is really nice thing to do. So, so that's how you sort of get the sources. You want to, again, have 2 peer-reviewed. You could have more, but you need at least 2 peer-reviewed journals. And then the rest could be newspaper, magazines, or some of the ones I've shared with you in the announcement section. Okay? So I hope that answers some of your questions. Again, I've moved the date for the annotated bibliography 1 extra day till Friday night of next week, but it is going to take some time. So I want you to really start getting these sources down, writing about them, thinking about them, and putting your ideas together. Okay, so if you have additional questions, please let me know. It can also be helpful for you if you want to start your basic list of topics, not even really an outline yet, just to kind of get a sense of exactly maybe the subtopics you want to look for. And I can help you do that as well. Okay? If you have more questions, let me know.